no announcements because they're the same every week, and no one's here in this group that's got an Etsy shop. So here we go. Last we left off, you all continued your little trek through Barovia, left Barovia after saving a supposed witch from burning, who turned out to be a goblin pirate, and an unusually large goblin, and helped the goblin escape Barovia, or the village of Barovia, and just went on a hike. Encountered a dead child under a bridge, which joined Professor's cacophony of children inside the armor, and met Madam Eva. Learned the location of the crown piece in Barovia. It was in the manor of Argynvostholt, which is once belonged to a silver dragon, an order of knights who fought Strahd's armies when Barovia was like back when Barovia was like the first domain of Ravenloft, way back when, and learned you might have to trek there. Left Madam Eva's campsite, but took the lower road and wound up at the base of a waterfall with like a 1,000-foot drop or something like that above you, and some weird fish people came out of the water intent on capturing Sam, and the fish people were dealt with, and that's what we're going to pick up. Stand on the edge of this waterfall pool as the dead fish people just kind of like float there.
Sam, kindly, what the fuck was that?
Not someone I thought would fucking, come this way. And then she sees Sam just like looking at the water and just kind of like...
Huh. It looks like your numbers have dwindled a bit since we last met. You hear a voice from behind, basically like right beside the professor in the tree line.
Whoa!
Alvita pulls the falling sword.
Alvita and Sam do not recognize the person, but Professor, you recognize Firan, the man who you met at the masquerade ball in Dementlu.
Oh, did he sell the coin to... Is this who sold the coin to Thalia? Oh.
No.
Thinking wrong.
This person had
wait,
the most interaction with Madeliene.
Yeah.
Actual in the ball. Okay, got it. Cool.
Your numbers have dwindled?
Don't do that. You scared me.
You're the only one I recognize. Where are the others? They were so nice.
All dead. Except for Madeliene. She's off.
Good. Seems like they had the wits about them and left.
Well, they had something to do.
Professor who? Hello?
Oh, apologies. Allow me to...
I don't remember this one's name.
Allow me to
So
introduce
I won't
myself.
introduce
I am
you.
Firan Zal'honan. He's got like... He looks like... In the art, he looks like Matt Mercer. In a long, like, brown coat. With like a... Kind of like a scarlet scarf. Kind of like a scarlet scarf. Popped collar, like a red silken undershirt with gold inlay. He's like... And you are...
Madam Lavilla.
Are you? Cool.
Sam.
What brings you to Barovia, this hellhole?
We are... Professor, you know this individual?
Cursory, yes. We are just poking around. We actually had to go here because we were in a very bad spot, you know. This was, believe it or not, this was the better of the choices we had at our disposal.
That's fair.
He's not wrong.
I
third that.
I was here visiting an old friend of mine.
Oh.
And happened upon a familiar smell, and followed, and here we are.
Do you mind if I asked what friend you were visiting here? From Barovia?
Madam Eva.
We paid her a kindly visit as well, not too long ago. She's very insightful, very informative of things.
Yes, we sort of have a deal. I give her strange secrets for guidance through the mists.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, you the one that snitched on us, told her about us.
No.
They knew a lot of information.
That's how she works.
You just said whatever.
I think she also works in her own.
She has the
ways,
gift
if
of
you will.
sight, but I relay secrets that I discover throughout the lands that she can't see beyond Barovia.
So her abilities are limited to
So she says.
here. Clever woman to keep it to close to her chest, if you will. Anyway, we need to get up there. She's gonna look at the bridge.
Ah, you must be looking for something.
A few things, actually. And we are well on our way to the west.
Whereabouts, if you don't mind me asking?
Along the road, I believe the next
City.
place is Vlaki.
Mm-hmm. We need a place of rest before we really consider our situation.
I can help you there.
At what cost?
None at all. I am familiar with one of your group.
Yes, this one is oddly charitable, but last time it was followed by some dire circumstances.
Yes.
And you were much into pace last I saw. And that is somehow you're back.
I have some
Very
tricks up
odd.
my sleeve.
Yes.
Skeever.
Well,
And he says Skeever, and you see this raven appear on his shoulder. So, Skeever tells me you're looking for crown pieces.
your little bird speaks the truth. At this point, I think withholding information from certain people is not
Oh,
lucrative.
I suggest you keep as many secrets to yourself as you can.
Well, if it's a
I
secret
was
that is already, and if it's a secret that you already know of us, then there's no point denying it and hiding it. It seems kind of fruitless endeavor of cat and mouse when there is no cheese.
You do know the purpose of gathering these crown pieces, yes?
Nope.
No. Yes.
And
No.
interesting. So you're gathering them without the information.
I think it was the professor and the crew that he was going with before that received the initial.
I am almost certain that information was given to us, but I was indisposed at the time.
Who was the individual that you would have trusted to possess the information? Was it this Madeliene? It was Madeliene, correct? That would have probably held on.
Yes.
Yeah, she probably has the information
Well, the-
deeper well.
The crown pieces are linked to the domain of Darkon, a domain on the verge of collapse. And they say that with the return of these crown pieces into one place, it will restore the domain, restore Castle Avernus, and restore Darkon's Dark Lord back to their full power and potential.
So what does that mean?
That
for
good or
us?
bad?
Yes.
Someone wants that Dark Lord brought back,
Right.
and you are the scapegoats, it would seem.
Yes, one of the tasks seems outlandish, if you will. she'll hold up a vial and she'll do like the whole like the coin through the finger trick, playing with it, yeah. And she'll catch it. We need a vial of this, of the blood of he who owns this domain.
At the mention of that, you can see he's visibly like clenches his jaw out of disgust.
She'll slip the vial back in her pouch. Right. So our goal is to go for...
I have a personal hatred for the Count.
I think we share that.
Here's the thing, I don't know why.
Why you don't? Or why I don't?
Why I don't. Or why I do.
Oh.
Sam's just drinking from their flask.
So wait, are you Barovian?
No.
No, okay.
I think the path you're on is a bad idea.
Wait, what?
The Dark Lord you would resurrect with this crown would spell terrible things for every domain.
You know, we have been to quite a number of these domains, and I will say the things in common between the domains aren't that bad, but they all seem to have something very specifically wrong with them, and I'm starting to realize what is wrong with mine. Pattern. So which also makes me wonder, what else is out there? What is the template for all of these domains?
They were pulled here a very long time ago, under situations of great turmoil and stress, and locked away somewhere dark where the people within could not escape.
Is there a place outside of these domains?
Yes, but none of us can get there. Ever.
Damn!
I don't know if I would have preferred to stay blissfully ignorant to the fact that there is more to... I would just look around.
There are entities that ensure both the Dark Lords and the people within cannot escape.
I guess to speak frankly, what the fuck are we supposed to do then if we aren't supposed to collect these crown pieces to bring back this domain and this Dark Lord that spells misfortune for everyone? Yeah, well, even more misfortune. Do we collect these pieces and destroy them, or do we just... I don't know. I'm at a loss of what to do.
Well, there is a secret to discover then. Why you were told this why you were given this task, who told you about it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that would... Yes.
And I think each domain might have an answer as to why.
So you received the crown piece. Okay, backtracking a little bit. Was there anything specific about the crown pieces or how you acquire the crown pieces? She will look pointedly at the professor because he's the only one that is gonna know this information, potentially. Is there anything... Can we walk and talk? Is there a way that we can do that? I don't want to be caught at night.
Oh, don't worry. Like I said, I have shelter if you need it.
Yes, can we make our way to your shelter?
This way, and he turns and walks deeper into the forest.
Okay, stay close.
Better than being by the fucking water.
As it would seem, that conversation is paused for now, Sam.
What cardinal direction are we moving into the forest?
South.
Okay.
We're moving
Okay,
backwards.
so we're right where it says the Sir Falls.
Yeah, there's like a little forest right there, just below. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
This way, stay close. Strahd's servants populate the woods. They see all, they hear all.
Ooh. All right, so
We'll use code words at Professor. Whenever you acquired your specialty items, these fragments, was there anything noteworthy upon acquiring each one of like a location or who possessed them or what possessed them that maybe could be clues or hints?
you know, there was one that I definitely remember was this is trash heap, lot of lightning. Yep, was in there. And I think that was the first one. The second... What was the second?
It was Dementlu, the Carnival, and then Mordant. So the trash heap was the last one you got.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the one? You said the carnival, but then a
Carnival was
different one?
second, and then Dementlu was Madeleine's domain, and you got a crown piece there.
I thought that's where the trash heap
Nope.
was
Tra-
in Madeleine's domain.
No, trash heap was Mordant
Mm-hmm.
with the lightning trap and everything, because that's where Elliot died. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
When everyone
I thought-
dies, it's a blur.
Okay. Okay. I guess I thought that one of the pieces was in the grave.
no,
Okay.
you picked it off of Elliot's body in the
Okay.
grave.
That was the, but we had acquired it.
What building were we in when we were in that trash heap?
Griffin Hill Manor.
Yeah, that was at northern. We had to travel down and then
We two separate manors. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They were fused together in my head, and that's why I was just like, what?
because on our travels to the Vanguard estate is
Yeah.
when
It was before we
the
traveled.
werewolf
to the Vanguard estate,
one,
Yeah,
she
Okay.
turned evil and
But it was-
burned the place down.
but it was in the same realm.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right. Cool. Wow. Ugh.
So yeah, don't remember.
You're eventually led to like this ran down looking shack in the woods.
Oh, lovely.
It's not, but thank you. And
Oh, I was referring to the professor not remembering jack shit about where he found these crowd pieces.
ha! He laughs and opens the door. And it is not a derelict shack on the inside. It is like a 3-story manor estate. Or like a mansion.
Oh, wow.
It's simple magic. It's not that impressive. Come on in.
She will tap her heel, her boots, against the wood on the outside to knock any mud or dirt and such off to kind of get them clean, and make her way in.
Professor's gonna study that.
Study what?
The spell.
Oh, okay. Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Natural one.
Sure. So, don't worry, this place is also a sort of different plane, so prying eyes and ears will have difficulty hearing us.
Ooh, okay. All right. Vita's gonna start undoing some of the buckles of her leathers to loosen up a little bit.
Let that gut hang.
Full belly full of blood.
The professor's gonna pass through the threshold.
Yeah, as soon as anybody passes through the threshold, they're automatically like cleaned. Like they had a bath.
Sam step through, and they're just like, haven't been this clean in years.
Yeah,
Apologies.
we'll take her hair down.
I don't like filth in my home. So your circumstance. I find your circumstances incredibly interesting. Popping around the other domains without any issue, it seems. Aside from the dead friends you lost along the way.
Yes, well, the last time was quite the issue.
It was an ordeal to a certain point. We got fortunate.
I believe
Go on, sorry.
I believe the answer to your riddle lies in the oldest sort of relics and ruins of the domains. And it's possibly there we will find answers. Or you will find answers if they interest you.
Well, seeing that we have already passed through, what, one for you? This will be my second. Professor has passed through how many so far?
1, 2, 3,
Three.
4. This is the 5th.
Yeah, because you would have had the theater that you met Thalia in. That was a domain.
Mm.
And then Dementilu, Carnival,
The
Mordant,
well,
Lamortia.
but also the one the forest, the jungle one.
Yeah, so Valakan.
So
Quite a few.
One more than
Someone's
yeah.
like 6 or
So it's
7.
like
it'd be
the
about
theater,
six.
the jungle, the masquerade place, the carnival, that last place we were in, and now
Yeah,
So
so six.
6. Yeah.
It's all 6 for me.
Ah,
Oh,
I
yes.
think I visited almost all of them.
Alright, how many more do I need to have? How many more pages do I need in my,
There are about 30 or so. And some that aren't on any documented sort of lists.
I don't think that will fit on my passport.
I don't think so either.
Regardless, there is an ancient ruin here that I am very intent on exploring that could have some answers in regards to your struggles.
Alright.
Where?
It's a sort of temple.
Is it amber in color?
Yes.
Hmm. Well, we actually headed around that direction, sort of. We have. So what? We don't want to find the crown pieces technically, right? We want to keep them hidden.
I would recommend keeping them hidden.
All right. Okay. So maybe, what about the pieces that we possess already?
I'll leave that up to your discretion.
Is there somewhere we can dispose of them?
There is a domain that people never visit, refuse to visit, because it is maddening and mutates people into abominations when they do visit.
Oh well, no.
Well, it's not 100% that it happens, there's a chance. You could also throw them to the bottom of the sea.
You see, we don't have any open seas around here. What's that saying?
There are places that do have open sea.
Yes, that is true, but there must be other options than that, you know.
As I said, up to your discretion.
Alright.
Do you think, just, sorry, Professor, 1 second. Do you think it would be untoward or off the cuff, maybe on our departure, we leave the Count a gift of these pieces? He wouldn't, I don't think he would want to have this Darkon realm come about
Well.
back, do you think?
The Dark Lord who ruled Darkon, hated Strahd, and vice versa.
Good, right?
So if he could hold on to the only keys that would prevent, he might find it interesting to hold on to said pieces. I just can't promise he would be friendly.
Very good point. Just a thought.
Why don't we like this Strahd dude?
It's a long story that I don't want to get into.
Okay, fair enough.
He's the Dark Lord at
And
Barovia.
anyone who likes Dark
that.
Lords, the Dark Lords, has attachments to the Dark Lords, is usually an idiot I don't want to associate with.
You know what? That makes me wonder who the Dark Lord of my domain would be. I don't think I even know them.
You know, if you don't know who the Dark Lord is, it usually implies that you are the Dark Lord.
The Dark
Professor?
Professor, where are you from?
Just
If you're
tell
about
him.
to tell me who it is, I don't want to know.
That's your choice. Surprised you don't. Most people do.
No, I don't want to accidentally. The more I know, the worse when it comes to my domain. As far as I've found, the only reason I live to this ripe old age is because I didn't poke my nose where it didn't belong.
Interesting.
Do you have any wine, any beverages that we can drink?
I do not.
Perfect.
Muddles the mind.
It sharpens it just a bit.
I disagree.
Sam,
Yes,
Mine-
Professor.
would you mind sharing the swill that I,
Without even finishing the sentence, Sam throws the flask back to the professor.
Please don't throw fluids around in my house.
Madam?
He'll kind of present it.
Kind of tilt the cup toward her, but still have the professor holding on to it. She'll kind of tip it. What? It's a cup. Ingenious.
Sam. Words, the words.
Drink.
It does not produce any alcohol while in this mansion.
Give the professor a nod. Oh, wait.
You broke it. I gave it to you and you broke it, Sam. The thing worked for days and days. And now it's broken.
Anyway, no beverages
You know
to
what? A
drink.
little bit of spit and polish. It's fine, Professor.
Definitely don't want to drink out of that after you do that. Okay, your theory. What is, do you have a means, or do we just travel to the temple? Or do you have a way of getting there faster?
I do.
Will you be joining us, or will it be just the three of us venturing out for you?
Depends if you want my help.
I think we're capable enough.
Just smiles, if you say so. Your old friend here seems to have run a few of his previous companions through a meat grinder of sorts. Not on his fault or anything, just that seems within the circumstances, as I do not recognize the pair of you.
Despite my best efforts, not like I pushed them in.
My best.
Considering I have known the two of you for maybe a fucking hour, maybe we better take Mr. Prim and Proper with us.
And if
Yes,
you
and
want,
who saved your ass?
You
me.
did.
Yes, thank you.
If you want my advice when you're traveling the domains, think smart and don't touch everything you see.
We tend not to, luckily. Well, I can only speak for me and the professor.
In my experiences, some people underestimate the horrors within the domains. Especially ones that aren't their own.
It's true. That's why they are pretty much my wards while they are in Barovia. Sam now, out of fate, I guess.
Call it fate, call it whatever, but washing up here was the best thing that's happened in the past little while. Minus the whole, I mean, she's out rich! Ugh, whatever the fuck they were going on about.
Yeah, that was better than I was about to ask.
The people of
Interesting where you come from.
the people of Barovia live every day in fear. Try not to take it out against them.
In fear of drought? That's
Everything.
yeah.
Have you seen this place?
I mean, it's pretty fucking dreary.
Oh, based on everything I've seen when I've been here, Madam's the most fearsome creature I've seen here.
And but a tip of the iceberg.
So, question. So, we're trying to get to the Amber Temple thing. Who's the temple in devotion to? Like, what's the...
The dark powers.
They have their own temple. Oh,
Of course
okay.
they do. This was the first domain that was created.
I still stand by my statement. Better washing up here than where I was. All right.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. But each their own.
Just give it time. All right, would you mind if maybe we didn't do this today? Could we rest here for a bit and do this when me and the professor are at full capabilities?
You may. The manor lasts for 24 hours.
Okay.
Just avoid wandering. It's in your best interest.
There are places you prefer. Do you have a library?
I do.
Could we occupy our time in there?
If you'd like.
Excellent.
Yes, I think so. Do you have parchment and quill?
Yes,
ink.
but you can't take anything that is made in this place cannot leave this place.
No, I just need to work on some calligraphy, if you will.
And you all can feel safe in here. All magic is nullified while inside the manor. It's
Oh, wow.
a neat little trick of mine.
Professor, is that going to have an issue with your children?
What? Oh. They're not magic.
Right. Then we're good. I think we have a lot of time just to kill. Anyway.
To the library. Where is it?
And Firan, gestures to a grand staircase that's at the very top, set of double doors. I'll be around, and he just sort of saunters off, walking slowly, hands clasped behind his back.
Right to the library it is.
Sab, are you coming with?
Yes, I'm just. You have a whole room dedicated to books. Weird.
What?
Firan stops
I'm not
walking. He just kind of turns around and goes, "What the fuck?" and then he keeps going.
I'm
Well,
just
where-
not
where do you
used to
keep-
that, Professor.
Where do you keep your books?
A bag.
Thank you.
Where?
Who has
you-
time?
where-
Who has time for 10 or 20 books in a room?
Well, they're for record-keeping purposes as well as entertainment. And
Ledgers I can understand, Professor. That I understand. But like a room of ledgers?
well, let's see. Let's see what this one has in their library, and perhaps we can all learn something.
So you-
All right.
Up the grand staircase.
Yep.
Okay.
The library.
Alright, as you walk up the grand staircase, you see like there's like portraits. It's a weird kind of it's a staircase. There's walls on the staircase, and there's like portraits like ascend up the staircase of this guy, just like posing. Not like any weird poses, just him like just staring blank faced into like out, and the eyes in the portraits follow you as you walk up the staircase.
Ooh, question.
Yeah.
Does it look like it's a different painter?
Every
For-
time.
Like a different
Yeah.
style?
Ooh.
Yeah. Just like
So he just commissions different painters.
yeah.
Either
Himself.
that or once the painter's done painting
Kills.
him,
There's like little signatures too. You don't recognize any of the names, but yeah.
they're worth more if the artist's dead.
Yeah, that's
And,
very true.
At the top
Double surprise.
At the top of the grand staircase, there's these two wooden doors, and they're lacquered wood, so they give like a little shine to them, like a sheen. And then carved into the wood are like little symbols of like plants, like little sketches of plants carved into like the frames of the door. The handles of the door look like gold skulls, and then there's two busts beside the door of this guy again.
Open the door.
It's a circular chamber. Bookshelves line the circular walls. Rises up about 30 feet, rises up about 50 feet, and on either side of the walls, one side of the wall, on the western side of the wall, there's one of those like big ladders that you attach to a bookshelf and on wheels, and you can just like slide around. It's got one of those that can do the entire circumference of the room. And in the center is a large circular table, with the center of the table, like a big hole in the center of the table, and that's where all the chairs are lined up. And there's a little like latch door on one end of the table you can open up to get into the center of the table and sit down.
Nice.
There's a single chair. And the table is currently like spotless. There's candles all over the walls that give off like light. And on the ceiling is a huge mural of the moon.
The professor is gonna beeline it to either a card catalog, if there is one,
Okay.
or he's gonna look around, and if he doesn't see anything that would have a catalog of like how they're organized, he's gonna start looking at them and seeing if he can figure out whether they're sorted by title or author.
Okay. There is a card catalog.
Okay.
So like you come in and there's like a little way you expect the card catalog to be. It said the first section, Western Wall, Domains of Ravenloft, and it has the name of every single domain. Every single one. Eastern Wall is history, and then like the Northern Wall, because it'd be west, north, east, because it's a big thing. Northern Wall is just assorted works.
Oh, check this out. And he's gonna share that information with everybody.
Oh, very interesting.
Oh, there's also a one of those old school like music players that uses the wax cylinders,
Oh yes.
and it's set up on another section of like wall. And it's filled with wax cylinders.
Professor, see if he has good taste. Crank it.
I know how they work.
Well, you looked confused.
It's because I'm wondering why you're having me do that when I'm interested in these books.
Well, I'm getting things set up on this table as she begins to take some parchment and some ink, very deliberately, like, look what I'm doing.
Sam's just standing there, looking around, jaw just dropped. There's a fucking ladder.
Sam, before you get enamored with things, can you walk over here for a moment? I want to share some things with you.
Oh, the ladder is made of ivory.
Oh, pretty.
And also, not great.
Yeah, no, not that great either. Aesthetic is great.
Aesthetic is great.
Alvita's gonna take her backpack off, her satchel, and she'll kind of open it, and she's gonna, with a cloth handkerchief, she's gonna grab Lightning's Bite and set it on the table.
Okay.
And then she's gonna take the cloak of performance and the scissors, and she's gonna set them out.
Okay.
And she'll just give a rundown to Sam who possessed them and a small idea of what they do. She doesn't know what the cloak or the coat of performance does, because that was something Madeliene had, or not Madeliene, I'm sorry. Thalia had prior to the meeting, I think.
Yeah. Same with the everything else, basically.
Yeah, the scissors, she kind of got an idea because she said that Thalia kept on talking about how she can cut shadows. And lightning bites, she'll explain the history of lightning bite. I don't know if you remember that, but it's a very dangerous object. She'll kind of indicate that, but if you can use these other things, you're more than welcome to have them. It's the code of performance, if you want to look these up. That requires a charisma of 13. I don't know if you have that or not.
And it only benefits if you're really a bard.
Yeah, and then the scissors of shadow snipping, you have to be a fae or spellcaster, so you might be able to use those.
Yeah.
Lightning bites you can take. She's not going to use.
Is it a ring or is it
amulet?
It's an amulet, yeah. It gives you immunity to lightning, but you can only take 50 damage before it explodes in a 120-foot radius.
And probably kills everybody when it explodes.
It kills everybody.
That seems very fucking dangerous. Jeez.
Yes, I think I'll just hold on to this one. I just wanted to move it around so I didn't actually accidentally touch it. And she'll take the handkerchief and she'll rewrap it and set it.
I just remembered something. Never mind.
No.
No, my brain's on the slow track today.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you want she'll take the coat if you can't use it. She'll kind of give you a look over.
Those scissors, can I see them?
Yes, you're more than welcome to. It's the scissors of shadow snipping, if you look that up. And as Sam's getting acquainted with that, Alvita is going to she's going to start rewrite, because it's been a while since she's done this, like writing like a formal letter. And the letter is essentially going to be a request of invitation with the Count.
Interesting. All right. Cool.
Discussing things of importance that he would most likely find interesting that she possesses, using her alter ego or her pen name.
Just for the sake of this, this is going to determine how well you can write the letter to interest the Count. Are you proficient in any tools that might aid you in this?
She has a forgery kit.
Okay.
So maybe try to disguise her Pavlenco lineage, like her nobility, like
cool. Roll a charisma check and add your proficiency bonus.
this.
You can do persuasion. You can do persuasion, deception, and then add your.
Okay, I'll just roll a.
Proficiency
So I'm
bonus.
proficient in deception.
Okay.
So I would
So
already.
you're trying to
get the
deceive
proficiency
yourself
on
as your alter ego.
that. Yes.
Yeah. So okay.
Yes. Please don't bullshit. Please don't bullshit. Fuck. Ooh, that's a 9.
Okay. You work on writing a letter.
Yeah. So we're going to write in the letter.
What's the professor doing?
Well, the professor anticipates that, well, he doesn't trust this guy.
Okay.
Not at all. Not one little bit.
Probably a
he
safe
does not
assumption.
trust this guy.
Yeah. Trust anybody.
Like, he's thinking, like, we need to just keep going with the plan, with the path that we were given. And maybe chat about it later. Discuss it as like it being an option, but not to be swayed so easily by you know, a dude that pops in and then shit gets fucked. That he saw get like mulched and goobered, and now he's back.
And I believe he was disguised as a vampire and gave Thalia the lightning's bite.
Yeah. Oh right.
Or that was his.
that-
Or that was his friend. I don't remember.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah.
two.
It was.
Because he
Yeah,
Person he knew. He
he,
knew of this
he
person.
essentially was responsible for you all having that amulet.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I went. Oh fuck! That's what I clued into. I
Oh, okay.
remembered. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the professor was just like, so he's gonna look to see. He's gonna look up information he already knows, to see if this guy's library would give us false information.
Okay. Cool. Huh. Yeah. So you're trying to determine like if the stuff he has in here is fake, basically.
If it's reliable. Yeah.
Make an insight check, but use your intelligence modifier.
Okay. Okay. I'm not proficient, so I'll just do an intelligence
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Okay. Natural 20
Natural 20.
for 25.
Okay.
Wow. Very nice.
Nothing in here looks fake. It looks like it's been expertly collected.
Okay. All right. Now for the
well,
dirty shit.
Well, reproduced magically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now for the dirty shit. He's gonna look up the stuff that someone would want to lie about.
Okay, so you've got the domains of Ravenloft as a section. You've got assorted works, and you've got history slash nature of Ravenloft as the sections. It seems like he just collects information on the place as a whole. Every domain. The subcategories for Ravenloft itself, it says the nature of Ravenloft, the mists, magic and metaphysics, life in the domains of dread. And then just detailed accounts of all the domains in alphabetical order.
Like all of that sounds good to the professor.
Yeah.
Shit.
You'll have time. You have 8
What'll
hours. The mansion's up
yeah.
for 24, so...
All right, I'm gonna prioritize everything about this domain, and we can just make it so that like, just so I'm not like doing a bunch of rolls and we aren't doing any like we aren't doing a bunch of like reading off of stuff. When it's applicable, you can say, oh, this is what this little bit of information you remember from when you were studied in that.
Okay, so you're basically just reading up everything about Barovia?
Yes. He's gonna try to brush up with him on everything about Barovia that he can.
Okay.
As numero the first thing that he does. You can tell me how long that takes.
Not
but-
too long.
Okay. And then
yeah.
the second priority is
You know what?
Uh,
I'm gonna just. When you're up to it, you can read the. You know, no, I'll send you information after the session of what you gleaned from that book.
okay. And then, secondly, he'll look up everything about the crown pieces and this domain that no longer exists or is like whatever is without a lord.
Okay. I will share this information right now just because.
Yeah.
Darkon is also known as the domain on the brink of destruction. It has no current Dark Lord. You get the gist that the domain failed. And across the entirety of the domain, everything has crumbled before the Shroud. And it details the Shroud as the mists turned hungry. So the mists consuming everything in their wake. The domain was once the prison of a lich known as Azalin Rex, who served as the Dark Lord. And he disappeared. And all that was left behind was a strange golden star called the King's Tear that hangs in the heavens. And you would recall seeing that in that vision you had with the group.
What was that called again?
The King's Tear.
Tear?
Yeah, T-E-A-R.
Do we see it spelled as that? Or could it be interpreted as the King's Tear?
Could be interpreted as either or.
Okay.
It is said that anyone who is in a land, there is no knowledge of what happens to lands claimed by the Shroud, and none who enter it return. And it also mentions, despite facing gradual annihilation, the people of Darkon ignore this threat, dismissing it as fear-mongering. Even though the domain is splitting and being consumed, they're like, oh, it's just fear-mongering. And it also says, like, the night after any humanoid dies there, they rise as an undead and shamble into the woods. Or shamble into the night. And bodies are swiftly burned to prevent it. Yeah.
Well, that's...
As for the crown
If I
pieces,
got nightmares, I would get them from this.
As for the crown pieces, where is it? To save the domain, one must restore Azalin and return him to Darkon, and by doing so, they require the pieces of Azalin's shattered crown and the blood of Strahd von Zarovich, which is fundamental to the nature of the domains of dread. So Strahd's blood, you'd learn Strahd's blood is fundamental to the nature of the domains itself. And that lines up with him being the first and Barovia being the first domain.
Does it say what will happen if Darkon consumes itself and is destroyed?
The Shroud.
Like, will anything else?
There's like a little note, like he wrote a theory, and it just says theorizing that if Darkon is consumed, the Shroud will persist to other domains and consume the other domains, but unsure. Regardless, it says restoring Azalin Rex seems like the wrong path. He disappeared for a reason. And there's theories of like what happened to him, like what his fate was, and they're all just weird. You can read the theories of where he went to as well if you're interested.
The theories, I mean, if there's multiple theories, he's not gonna dabble in multiple theories. Yeah.
And they're just like one sentences.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, he'll read them then.
Okay, the first one is Aslan was destroyed, slain by a failed magical experiment, a rival, or the dark powers. It's not a lot to go on, just that. Aslan escaped the domains of dread and returned to his home world of Oerth. O-E-R-T-H. Maybe he caused an ongoing conjunction that allows him to walk free so long as Darkon is collapsing. Or he escaped into his past, or drew multiple versions of himself into the present.
And are these... who's the author of this book?
There is no name.
Is the handwriting familiar? As in, like, close to the guy that...
So the theory notes are his.
Yeah, okay.
And I forgot to mention, every, like, page is, like, from a different account of somebody else, so none of the writing is the same in the book.
Oh,
it's like a bunch of different accounts that have been, like, mashed together into one book.
Thank you. That's good information. Alright. He'll write all of this down.
Cool.
Well, I guess he can't write it down, really, because
if you have your own parchment, you can. Anything created in this place can be taken out. Like anything naturally created in here by the spell can't be taken out.
Yeah, he doesn't have any utensils for that, but he's gonna try to make his own notes on the playing card set that he has.
Okay, you can do that.
Just to, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else, anybody? Oh, go ahead, continue.
Sorry. Yeah, I guess the last thing you would do is just check some of the random stuff to see if this guy keeps like
the assorted works.
Yeah, to see what because I imagine the assorted stuff is like what this guy keeps around for entertainment.
Yeah.
Or just to get a vibe of this guy, you know, because this is like probably stuff associated with like, you know, his personality is probably more prevalent here than.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of journals. Some have names in them. Some do not.
Okay.
Like a weird amount of journals, like probably like 20 journals just put on the bookshelf. What else? Some like romance books. Just for fun.
The journals.
Yeah.
Seeing all those journals, he becomes very curious and opens them from the back and looks at the final entries of all those journals to see if anything lines up.
Every single last page in the journals are identical. Different handwriting, but they all say, "Something draws me into the mist. I think I need to go and see." Every single entry just says that. "Something draws me into the mist. I think I need to go look."
Awesome. That's cool.
And then you see a journal. You know what? Give me an investigation check as you look in the journal. As you're looking at the journal section.
25.
You see a journal written in his writing.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it a peeky poo.
Okay. Okay. My memories are fractured. I feel like in another life, I could have ruled as a wizard king. But my brilliance led me elsewhere. I need to escape the mist into the true realities beyond. I think I can find the answers I seek at accursed sites and ruins across the domains. I feel compelled to look into prophecy cycles, temporal conjunctions, and someone referenced throughout history as the escapee. I fear the mists. If I enter them unguided, I don't think I would ever escape. Luckily, none of this is real. I will endure this test. I will reap my reward. I will have my revenge.
Go back a bit.
Okay.
There was mention of something.
Yeah.
What was that again? There was a very specific word.
The escapee?
Yes. Does there the it was something that I wanted to look up like quickly to see if there there was something going on with like, because it seems like that he got that information from somewhere.
Okay, so now you're looking up something. So yeah, in escapee, the escapee was in quotes.
Yeah.
So you're going to cross reference and look for any more details on the escapee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what? Like if that was like a title or something that. Is it a title he created, or is it something that he read?
No other accounts in the journals and everything.
Okay. Alright, cool. Alright. I'll tell you that I'll stop taking everybody's time at this point and say that we probably need some sleep after all of this studying.
Yeah, I'll say your studying would probably you digging through these books and flipping through all these like thick tomes. That's probably like the 8 hours. That's probably like not 8 hours, like 2 hours, because you need 8 hours. Yeah, that's probably about 2 hours worth of just like flipping through these books and going, holy fuck.
All right. Sorry.
And
I'm out.
What about the
Good.
other two?
That was interesting information.
Yeah, he'll definitely be sharing that with
Yeah.
everyone, just so everybody's on the same page. The information was shared with all of you.
Sam, you go ahead. I'm forging my note.
Sam is just in awe of this fucking treasure trove of books. And like they know, they've seen books, they've seen ledgers. But what they're most interested in is they want to see if there's like actual proper medical books. Because everything they've known about medicine and healing has been from other people, not like actual solid resources. And they're just like, this guy has all this stuff. Is there anything different about Barovia? Like you know what I mean? Like,
There are no medical works.
and then it's just fun. Sam's just like, because the professor was talking about how it had all the domains read. Sam just like starts flipping through them and just realizes there is a lot, and they were just like, that's a lot, that's a lot. It's very weird to them, and they're just like, fuck it, what does it say about mine in here? They're just like, what does this dude know? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like when a local asks something,
Okay.
and a local asks somebody something from their place, it's like, what's their perspective on this?
Okay. So, forgot to mention, when the professor, you grabbed the Barovia book, it was jet black and had like raven feathers on the binding, like etched into the leather. This book, Sam, is wet to the touch and covered in barnacles and the cover is made of driftwood.
That fucking checks out.
Do you read it?
Yep.
The murderous pirate Pietra van Rees, captain of the Relentless, had an unsavory reputation for attaching her captives to ropes and dragging them through the water until they drowned. She never did like removing the detritus of her victims, even though they returned to life as zombies. The ship was sank, but death couldn't keep her. She awoke, water in her lungs and sea creatures making their homes in her flesh. Her crew stirred with her, now fish-eaten corpses. And it is said when she speaks with her crew, her voice emerges from their mouths. They say the Relentless sails a domain that can overlap any body of water in any other domain. Some domains border this domain, while others have their own names for these mysterious waters. And they say those who venture into the mist by boat might find themselves amid an endless debris and sargassum-choked expanse of eerie beasts and shifting islands. And she seeks to stalk and kill all of those who sailed on the ships captained by rival captains that killed her over 300 years ago. And that none can hide from her relentless vengeance.
Very, very, very informative. And you just see Sam, like, you know, like they close the book in like their one hand, and they just kind of put it back, trying to not look like they're flustered at all.
Okay.
And they go in, they kind of like hop over, like slide over the table to where Alvita is, and just kind of like just starts looking at what they're doing, just to, you know, occupy their time, just trying to not think about what they just read.
Okay. Alvita's gonna finish up the letter and is gonna fold it neatly, and in her forgery kit, part of that is her fake signet ring and her little wax seal, like her wax, and she'll take one of her candles and she'll light it, and she'll, you know, melt the wax, drip it, and then press the signet ring to kind of keep it sealed. On the front, she'll write Strahd on the front of it. Real fancy script. But other than that, she honestly doesn't feel too inclined to read the historical things, seeing the professor scour about. She is just going to go to one of the frivolous books. She'll indulge a little bit, very much like a grandmother would on the Sunday soap operas. She'll grab one of the romance books and she'll take it off the thing, and
Roll
she'll
a
begin
D8.
to...
Roll a D8 and we'll see which one you grab.
Of course. 5.
Bloated Agony.
The title does not sound appealing. She'll slide it back. She'll just grab the next one. We'll just say she rolled a 4.
Okay. In the Arms of the Werewolf.
You know, when in Barovia, she'll grab it. And she's actually going to pace the room entirely. So she's going to walk from one point, and she'll just go up the wall while she's reading. Oh yeah, because you can do that. Yeah, and she'll just cool. So she'll do almost like an atom around, so a ring,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
she'll go like at a different, but she'll make sure that she's not walking on the books. She'll like try to
Yeah.
find those like, you know, those meeting points between the
Okay.
bookshelves and walk around. And she will spend the following hours doing that, and eventually she'll get tired and she'll
Well, before you get tired,
her... Oh, okay.
it's a pretty graphic romance novel.
Yeah.
It goes into detail about the werewolf's appendage, and
Great.
as you get into the halfway point,
She's all about it too.
oh hell yeah! After you get to the halfway point, you flip and you go, okay, that's weird. There's a cutout in the center of the book, and it's been hollowed out, and in the hollow is a key made of diamond.
I thought you were gonna say werewolf penis. my mind was like,
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking pop-up book.
It pops up.
But no, there's a
Phil-
hollowed out. There's a hollowed out diamond key, and there's like a little like an addendum written on the bottom of the page, and it says, "Check out magic and metaphysics."
So just for funsies, I'll say that she's coasting around the ceiling, and as she opens it to that page, it begins to fall, and she catches it,
Okay, cool.
and she kind of looks at the key and looks to the addendum, and then closes it. And then she will make her way back down, and she'll go toward the magic and what was that again?
Metaphysics.
She'll open it again. Magic and metaphysics. Okay.
While that's happening, right about this point is when Professor is looking at the journals and stuff. It's like,
You know, for someone who doesn't like the mists and is scared of them, he sure as hell finds a lot of journals in the mists.
and he's just saying that to the open air wall.
Okay.
Interesting, Professor. As she begins to make her way to the book.
Okay. You read the book, and it goes into detail of mist talismans. Or no, it doesn't. That's a different book. Goes into detail of how the dark powers can control magic in every domain, the nature of life and death, and the means of escaping from their nightmare realms. Sometimes the dark powers can corrupt the use of magic, changing things, altering things, and everyone here is a prisoner, captives. And every creature claimed by the mist dwell outside the natural order of the multiverse. Death doesn't even afford an escape, as the dark powers hoard every soul that falls into their clutches. Every creature that dies falls into the dark powers' clutches. There are soulless people who walk around without souls. And it just goes on and on. You keep flipping through, you flip through.
Yeah, that was getting a little deep. She'll probably just start flipping past. She doesn't want to hit an existential crisis.
And then you find a page that talks about these bright souls and soulless shells, and it says, "I found people who are a little different. I think I'm going to follow them. Learn what I can. They seem interesting. They're brighter than most. The mist seemed to pull them into places mysteriously, unlike others who must wander the mists. And then there's a little more, and it mentions finding this key in a domain that had already been claimed by a thing called the Shroud. and that this key can unlock something, but he doesn't know what, and he's looking for it.
Okay, she is going to close the books, put them back where they go. Have the key twirl in her fingers for a moment. How big is the key?
Normal key size.
She'll slip it into her boot.
Okay.
And then she will go wherever the professor starts to wind down.
Okay.
She will put a bedroll barrier between them.
Right.
There was comfort in the night before laying in the bed, so she's gonna try to put a barrier between them and kind of nuzzle up a little bit.
As everything's
Now we'll put on the music.
What if it's like rambunctious music?
In a library?
Yes. Maybe he likes to listen to loud things. I'll just hum some things. How about that? And she'll begin to hum, like, softly.
Okay.
Loud enough to where it'll fill the space. She feels comfortable at the moment.
As you start to like hum and sing, basically, it sounds like others begin to join in, and this starts like this choir of voices.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.
Does the professor hear any of this?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Fall asleep. She's already talked to ghost children, other
Okay.
weird ghost entities existing. Yep,
So,
sure.
Alvita,
Mm-hmm.
as you fall asleep, you're standing in the center of the mists, and they're swirling around you. And you just see figures in the mist staring at you, all with wide smiles, kind of like ear to ear, eyes wide.
Yep. They kind of are surrounding her.
Yeah, and they're getting closer.
Everywhere. She doesn't have any. I imagine she doesn't have any like weapons or anything like that on her.
None of your equipment's on you.
That's all right. She doesn't
You
need those.
naked?
Yeah, she's gonna like bare her teeth, and she's gonna. Her hands are gonna.
Yeah.
She's gonna go
You-
into like.
You go to bury your,
claw.
you go to bury your teeth, and they don't feel as vampiric.
She'll run
we'll
her
say.
teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah, she'll run her tongue over her teeth.
they're normal.
She'll touch her face. Does it feel old?
Yeah.
But now she'll start to panic because her line of defense, or offense and defense, she's gonna start. Oh God, she does not have her.
And upon closer inspection, these figures are all children. As they get closer and closer, you can see
Recognize any of the kids?
a few of them.
The handful that she spoke with
Yeah.
back in the.
And then others you don't recognize. There's about 19 total, just like glancing. And other shapes begin to like appear in the crowd. You see some familiar shapes. People from your past are standing in the mist smiling at you. Anyone you've seen die is standing in the mist staring at you with wide smiles.
Oh, the old man that we used.
He's there.
Ichabod.
Yeah.
You can see party members that you've met that have passed standing in the mist smiling.
She doesn't remember their names.
Yeah. Thalia and the lion person.
And
Yep.
Or wolf person?
wolf
Wolf,
person.
yeah. But they're getting closer, like they're crowding
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Like slow walks.
Oh no. um, um,
Are you going to join the chorus as well? All the voices say in unison.
one day, I hope.
You see... Actually, you don't see that person because they don't have a soul.
Ooh, he's elsewhere.
And they just keep getting closer and closer.
What if we sing now? I'll start it.
So you want to join the chorus?
She'll kind of get down on her knees. She'll sit back.
So you go to move and you can't.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. Okay, she'll think that she's doing it and realize that she's not moving, and she'll just start to hum softly.
They all start to mimic your exact noise they...
She's gonna think of her kids, her family, her brothers.
As you think of them, they appear in the chorus.
She'll focus on them. It's been a very long time since you've seen their faces. She probably cries a little bit as she just keeps it up.
The chorus needs a conduit.
I don't think I want this. And she'll think that, but she'll keep on singing, and she will begin to...
It needs a conduit.
She'll stop for a second. Are you asking?
No. And yeah, when they talk, their mouths don't break from the smile. It's just continuous.
It's so creepy.
The shroud is coming.
Okay.
It's already
Do you know how to
finished.
stop it? By any chance? I mean...
And they all just break out into singing. This haunting hymn.
I just keep hearing that that song that the Who's sing from Whoville.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine that, but in a in a really deep
Oh
tune.
no. Carrion.
And off key, and then they all tilt their heads in unison.
Mm-hmm.
And get closer.
She is feeling very vulnerable. She does not feel vulnerable often.
I think it's time for you to wake up. And you wake up. And everyone gets the benefits of a long rest.
Yay for no more exhaustion. Thank fucking
Alvita,
Dark Lords.
are you alright?
She wakes up and she's sitting up at this point. Yes, had a rather unsavory dream.
You got dumb.
And he points to your face where you were.
Are you saying that I've
No,
should
you,
gently begin to clean? I need a washroom.
And you had cried blood when you were crying.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh. What?
were you alright?
I think so. Maybe I overindulged a little bit the night before. So, flick her finger and begin to try to wipe some of it. I need a washroom. Do you think he possesses a washroom? This Theron, is that his name?
You think I remember his name?
Yes, I do. I would hope you would remember his name.
The double doors open and he steps in.
Oh, right on cue.
Didn't
Theron, do you have a...
I didn't expect you to sleep in the library. They're all rooms.
Oh, we were comfortable.
That's good then.
Yes. Do you have a washroom?
I have many.
All right. Well, I'm going to get washed up. I recommend everyone do the same. Sam, and she'll kind of knock the boot or the foot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes.
It's time to wake. Have a day ahead of us.
I must say, not feeling the swaying while sleeping is really... It's almost unnerving.
I guess get used to it until we can find a ship to put you on. Washroom, please? She'll gather up her things.
They're not hard to find. Just down the hall.
All right.
Right, last time, I'll get it. It'll stick in there. What was your name again?
How have you lasted this long, Professor?
Listen, my mind stores valuable information that I can't control. I don't get to choose what it remembers.
Firan Zal'honan.
Firan
Firan Zal'honan.
Zal'honan.
Yes.
Is that, is that the name you were born with?
Yes, I descended from a family with a noble pedigree.
So you just don't ask that question. Of course, that's the name he represents to you. It's his name. She'll move around. Thank you. And she'll bypass.
Oh, all right.
You're welcome, Alvita.
Lavila, or should I say some other name?
He just called.
Well, you just said my name, so she'll
also,
call from the hallway.
Firan just called you Alvita.
Yeah, I know. She assumes it was because the professor just said it too.
No, I said Lavila.
He said Lafila.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oops.
He was still in there. He was still in there with you.
I know. She blended the two. She's flustered a little bit. She's a little bit flustered. That dream was not fun. She will march around and find that closest washroom.
I hope you found everything in here interesting for your tastes.
Oh, we found a very decent amount of useful information. Really brushed up on this domain. It's miserable. A lot more miserable than I had anticipated. You mentioned the Amber Temple.
No need
Doesn't
anymore.
seem like a good one.
No need anymore.
What changed?
You all were sleeping, so I decided to act on my own accord.
Can I have an inside check on this?
Yeah?
What the fuck's going on?
Ten!
Tell them the truth. I brought you all with me.
No.
Oh.
There was nothing he said that was truth or lie. It was just like he was being really weird.
Can't really ascertain anything, just okay.
Yeah, okay.
I brought you all with me, I hope you don't mind.
Wait, what? Are we not in the forest anymore?
No, we're outside the temple.
Wait a fucking minute. We were transported while we were sleeping, and you... What the fuck? What?
Yes, it's really not that complicated.
Alright, so now all of you are in my shoes. You get how this guy's attitude can be a little insufferable.
I have been called abrasive.
So, what? So you already went in there?
That is what I said.
What the fuck did you do in there?
Well, if you were paying attention, I said I look for secrets, and that's why I wanted to go there.
And did you find secrets?
Of course, that's why I said we no longer need to go in there. Catch up. Now, how is your rest?
Oh, it was fine. I don't have dreams, so I no longer require sleep, so that's what that did for me.
Not having dreams must be interesting.
It's fine. I don't miss them. They were mostly nightmares.
That's very interesting.
Alright.
I like
About me.
I like nightmares.
I mean... That's weird.
It is.
So I suppose that makes sense based on some of the books that you have in your collection.
Oh yes.
Now, if it's a night, if you say you like nightmares, are the nightmares actually nightmares then, if you enjoy them? Or are they just good dreams?
Scary stories are still scary stories, whether you enjoy them or not.
Interesting. So what next?
I'm not sure. You want to
Alright,
dispose
well-
of these crown pieces on your person you mentioned?
Well, we do have a place that we need to look into.
Ah. And what would that be?
What do you mean?
The place you need to look into.
Where?
What are you talking about? You said you have a place you need to look into.
Right? Where? Where is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. You see the professor's eyes kind of fog over.
Two insufferable people talking to each other. Oh god.
He cast detect thoughts, so just is like, what the fuck is going on in there?
White stack
his,
noise.
his surface level thoughts are
Breakfast.
He just blinks.
you might get an idea that it's very like it's
No, he needs to make a save actually.
oh the professor does
No, this dude does.
oh
He just kind of like leans back a little bit and just very interesting.
All right. Can we go?
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, thanks for the lift.
Anytime, I suppose.
Thanks for your expansive library.
It's not really that expansive. I've seen bigger.
Sam just like in their head, still just like, holy shit, people have this many books and this much time to just read.
Business to attend to. He snaps his fingers and the manor disappears and you're all standing on the snow.
ah
Alvita is in mid brushing her hair as
Yeah, and
I
they're all
was
like,
she
really
appeared-
shit.
well,
Blown
no, she
snow.
was in the washer while all that happened.
oh yeah. And you're standing in front of yeah. You're standing in front of a structure that's 50 feet high, built into the side of the mountain, containing 20-foot tall statues, each carved from a single block of amber depicting faceless hooded figures, hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. And between the two innermost statues is a 20-foot tall archway with a staircase leading down. And yeah, it's you're in the mountains. It's very snowy. Standing on a snow-swept gravel road.
She like has her hair, brushing it. What did you do?
I got what I needed from the temple, and
Oh, that
Yes.
wasn't to you. I'm sorry. That was to them two, because it's all of a sudden we're out of. I was in the middle of getting myself right.
ah, yes, that's very unfortunate.
Start to tie up her hair, and she's gonna do it now, like a high pony. And she has all of her stuff is just kind of scattered. She'll start to gather it up, putting on her leathers and such. No worries. Thank you for this day. Wait. You said you got what you needed. What does that mean?
It means that it'll be a lot easier walking down this mountain than it would have been walking up.
Yes, you'll have to pass through the Solenka Pass. Watch out for the rock. It's very hungry. Big bird.
All right.
Wait,
Perfect.
where the fuck are you going?
Well, you don't seem to want to come with me, so I'm going elsewhere.
Where are? Wait. So you don't want us to collect up crown pieces, or you do?
I said it might not be a good idea. And as I said, I will leave it up to your discretion.
We're kind of stuck. I don't know. What? Can we have a moment to consider the option of staying or going with you? We didn't really get to speak for.
Sure.
Yes. Right. Professor, Sam, a word.
Sidebar.
Yes.
What?
So do we want to stay and collect these crown pieces, or do we want to travel with him?
I think we should stay the course. But we should also, yes.
I'm going to be quite honest. I agree. Let's stay the course. Sam, you have the option to stay with the professor and I, or you can join them if you don't wish to stay.
I'm not fucking leaving Erastus.
Okay. So it's settled.
I'm not abandoning this ship.
Firan, thank you.
Firan.
My apologies. Thank you so much for your hospitality. So glad you were able to find what you need within the temple. But I think this is where we will part ways for now.
Would you like me to take you anywhere here then before I leave?
Yes, I would
No,
rather.
no,
Yeah, yes,
no,
I
we're
do.
fine.
I would much rather not deal with the rock. So can
We're
you just?
fine.
No, let's at least,
So
at the
be
very
it.
least, at the.
I don't want it to. I can't take you anywhere if you don't all agree.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Wouldn't
we'll
be
make our
fair
way.
to the others, would it?
No, but not.
Plus, everyone has to be willing. So,
Thank you again.
just turns and walks heel into the blowing snow and just walks into the snow like the snowstorm and disappears.
Professor, we are so far away from civilization.
Right. Now that he's gone, we need to go see
Wait.
what he took from that temple.
How are we going to... What do you mean?
He went
don't
in
know what
there
we
and
will-
took something.
Well, if he
We
took
should
it, how
go
are we going to know?
investigate.
But how
We
are we
should
going
see
to...
what he took.
How will we know what he took if he took it?
It will look like something is missing.
Will it? He seems a little bit more clever than just taking something willy-nilly.
What? Why wouldn't you?
Because... I don't know. He seems a little bit more secretive than that. Did you not just see the way he left?
I think
Yes.
it's fine. I think it's worth a look. If
But
there
you-
were any
that's-
traps or enemies, he would have had to deal with them.
Oh, he moved with silent purpose. We don't know his capabilities. He can summon places and port us around. Okay, if you really want to go in the temple, we will make a quick trip inside. Have a look about.
Yes,
see if we could see where he traveled to.
See if there's anything broken, freshly broken, or disturbed.
Okay, well, it's a long journey back to any place of civilization. And you literally took that away from us. And we are going to look in this temple. And if we do not find anything, I'm going to smack you in the back of the head. I will suffer whatever damages I accrue from being touching you, but I will smack you in the head, all right?
All right.
Is that a deal?
It's a deal. My curiosity is a bit too much in this case.
Yes, I can tell.
This Firan is a bit... Well, let's just say a bit mischievous in how he directs us in certain times.
All right, so let's go into the temple. She's gonna casually reach down to scratch her ankle, but she's going to see if the key is still there.
Nope.
Fuck. I think he's been watching you as well, you and your group, for a good bit. I found a book that described finding people who were different, bright, which, seeing as though you're the only one that survived, you and Madeliene, it seems that only two of the however many he met.
That's
Anyway.
right. My genius brain has gotten me this far.
He called us. He referred. I say us. He referred to you and your. I'm assuming previous people as. You weren't wanderers of the mist. You were directly pulled in. So, my guess is the mist wants us to find these crown pieces. Maybe it misses Darkon. Maybe it wants it back. Maybe there's some unstableness because of it. Because this shroud is coming.
Yes. Well, if you... Maybe you weren't there for it. But Octavio, or the other name, they were the one that put us on this path to begin with.
Oh.
They were the one that told us to find these crown pieces.
Okay, so we go see what, if we could discover what was found within the temple. It was taken, it was all for naught, and you deserve a smack in the head. If it wasn't taken, and we can see what was discovered, still going to smack you in the head, but it will be a successful venture nonetheless. Also, before we enter, I will let you know that the dream that I had was very unsettling. I saw some of your children. I saw members of my family. I saw people that
She's
met
lying,
them.
don't listen. Only Professor hears that.
I had met a few individuals. They sang to me, talking of the chorus, and that the shroud was coming. That's all I know. So maybe it's a good thing we find this Darkon and we reestablish that, because honestly, at this point, I've lived a long enough life.
Are you sure that that it's not your, like, I mean, this dream doesn't seem to be prophetic.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
We just learned about the shroud, and now it's your brain creating these boogeymen.
And that is very valid. I honestly would like that more than the first option.
Well, here's hoping.
Cheers to that. To our non-existent alcohol that we do not
If
have.
she hits
Right,
you,
we do.
If she hits
What?
you, we're gonna wring her neck until she expires.
Don't do that.
He says. Just do that.
Waving around.
But we control the armor, Professor.
It's very true.
Not all the time, and just weird. Right now, what's going on? What's going on? Where?
They just giggle. Cacophony of like children giggling.
All right, poking fun at the old man again. You young kids. I'm gonna use your soul juices to power my armor some more. All right?
That's fine. That's our purpose.
And this is like the first time Sam has heard that.
Yes.
And the professor has up until now not really shown his armor, and he just goes
Just Sam has been knelt down in the snow making a little snow person because they've never fucking seen snow in their life. And during this whole conversation, they've been like half listening, but they're just like, holy shit. So like they hear that and they're just like, yeah. But then they're like, wait, that's a little weird even for this group. And then they turn and they look and they're just like, oh. All right, Professor. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. Holy shit.
All right, we should get moving.
Before we do that, one moment. She'll grab her amulet, she'll focus, and she'll say the incantation in Celestial, and she will cast Aid on the group. So everybody, your hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for 8 hours. So you can, I think you can put 5 there. Yep.
yeah. It's on the max HP modifier when you click on your hit points there.
Nice.
And so that sets, so your hit points are now set there for 8 hours. So, yep. By
So
5.
Professor, you're killing children to power that suit? That's
I haven't killed children in my entire life.
Alvita's.
Sam looks to Alvita just to see if the professor's lying or not.
Alvita trusts the professor, but there's a flicker of.
Has it been 11 days yet? Let's find out. Or 12? No.
If you guys just want to know, he hasn't. He's never killed what could be defined as a child.
So you're.
So it's also just some context. It's about 6 p.m.
Oh yeah, because we have like a weird sleep schedule. Fuck.
So you just keep happening to acquire dead children?
Well, I didn't start from one.
Let's get inside. Yes.
We have friends around, Professor. We can sense them.
All right.
We're not gonna tell you where they are, though.
Okay.
You are mean to us.
What was I mean?
You said you were gonna use us.
Listen, we were having.
We're playing the
that was
quiet game
banter.
now.
All right, fine.
She'll make her way into the
Okay.
entrance of.
The best place in Barovia.
Yeah.
Sam has put their hat back on
Okay.
since they're no longer in a town where it's weird to have it on.
Yeah. It wasn't weird, just
Witchy.
a natural fissure has opened in the mountainside west of the temple's facade, creating a gap 2 feet wide, 10 feet tall, and 15 feet deep. You see light coming from a room beyond, but that's it. And there's the entrance of the temple. So you got the fissure that you could go through, or you can go through the entrance to the temple itself.
Question.
Yeah.
How much longer is this session?
But like 10 minutes.
Okay, sorry.
Right. Well, I suppose we should pop through.
Let's sneak through the side. She'll go to the fissure.
Okay.
Fissure.
You're sneaking through the fissure then?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Everybody make stealth checks.
Gladly.
This is about to go really bad. Or not. Ha ha! I am super stealthy, man.
The professor had disadvantage, and I got a 15.
Okay, 15. Alvita.
Yeah, I think I fucked us. Natural one.
That's 2 fails.
11.
Okay. You step into a bare stone room lit by torches and sconces. 6 bedrolls made of stitched animal furs cover the floor, and all throughout this room are the heavily torn apart bodies of 6 people. Very recent. Maybe within the last 15 minutes. And the door leading into this room is wide open, and through the blood you can just see humanoid footprints that someone wearing boots. Fancy looking boots as well. And I think that's where we're going to end for the week.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no,
Maybe he
bro.
did clear the area. Maybe he did help us.
Oh, and there is a body of a wolf, also torn apart.
Makes sense. Oh, we're in danger.
We're in danger.
We're in danger.
What a fuck.
I'm so torn on what the fuck to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're hopefully just gonna poke around until we find what's missing, and then. And
No,
then
I
just
mean
start
with
going down.
the crown and shit.
Well, the next
So
goal,
much
the next place to go,
indecision.
yeah, the next place
Yeah.
you gotta go is just Argynvostholt, right?
Yeah, which is a fucking trek and a half away. Oh, bless.